Good morning, guys. It is time for numbers, so I hope you are ready. Again, we do not have a paper today. Yay! No papers, just learning and listening and reviewing. So today, here's what I want you to do first. I want you to count by ones all the way to 50. After you count by ones all the way to 50, I want you to practice counting by fives. Now, sometimes getting started on our fives is a little difficult because we have a hard time remembering 5, 10, 15, 20. Then it's just 25, 30, 35, 40. Sometimes that first part can be a little hard. I'm going to put a picture on Google Classroom of our five chart, our counting by fives, our chart, so you can point and count along with that chart if you need it. But let's practice counting by fives. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Very good. I'm sure you guys got that with no problem. But now, something else that I want you to practice doing today is reviewing your combinations. Just practice writing down some combinations and trying to figure them out. You could even try some bigger numbers if you wanted to. Okay, so today we're going to talk about before numbers. What does before mean? What's another word for before? Okay, what comes first, but before also means smaller. So when we see a number and I ask you for the number that comes before, you're going to tell me that the number you say first. What do you say before I can say the number that I gave you? Or what number is smaller than that number? So our first number is 31. What do we have to say before we can say 31? Before we can say 31, we have to say 30, right? So we're going to write that in right there. So 30 comes before 31. Our next number is 33. What comes before 33? What do we have to say before we can say 33? What's smaller? 32, then 33. So before we can say 33, we have to say 32. 32 comes before 33. Hold on just one second. Let me make sure you guys can still see what we're doing. Okay. Good. So our next number is 35. What comes before 35? Some of you might say 36, but no, 36 is bigger than 35. 36 comes after. So what comes before 35? It's smaller, all right? 34 is before 35. Our next one is 37. What comes before 37? Think smaller. 36. All right, and our last one is 39. What do we have to say before we can say 39? Go backwards. It's smaller. 38. Before we can say 39, we have to say 38 because 38 comes before 39. All right, so practice your before numbers.
Some more strawberries.
All right, now let's come over here and we're going to review our clock. Now remember, which hand do we look at to tell us what number to say first? The little hand. The little hand tells us which one of these numbers on the clock to say first. We always look at the little hand first. So, what does the big hand tell us? Okay, the big hand tells us the minutes. These little minutes in between, not the big numbers. The big hand tells us the little numbers. And the little hand tells us these big numbers. Okay, it's backwards, it's opposite. So, when the big hand is on the 12, do we say it's 4:12? No. When the big hand is on the 12, we say o'clock. All right, very good. Now, what about when the big hand is on the 6? Do we say 7:06? No. We say 7 because the little hand is on the 7 and we always look at the little hand first. Then the big hand tells us these little minutes in here. So we start at the 12 and we count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So when the big hand is on the 6, we say 30. So it is 7:30. Very good. Now, on to the 3. What time is it? Did you say 8:03? It is not 8:03. Remember, the big hand does not tell us these big numbers on the clock. The big hand tells us these little marks in between here, and we always count by 5s for the big hand. So 5, 10, oh, sorry, I messed up. 5, 10, 15. Right? When the big hand is on the 3, we say 15. So what time is it? We look at the little hand first. 8:15. There you go. Practice working on your clocks at home. I'm sure you have a clock around the house somewhere where mom could let you move the times around and work on those. But enjoy your day, guys.